Hello there and welcome to the last video of 15 years of Lego. It's a special week I've done celebrating my 15 years of Lego, and today we'll be going over some money tips to help you buy Lego and also save money whilst you're doing it. Lego is very expensive, and honestly, unless you're buying them at really good deals or perhaps you're working at a Lego store, there's no real way to buy Lego too cheap. So I'll give you some of the tips and tricks that I've found out within the 15 years of buying Lego. Most of them have been learned a lot more recently, but there are some that even worked 15 years ago and work today. So, of course, Lego have a rewards program that earns you 5% back if you can get double insiders points, 10% back in points to then spend at the Lego store. It's something they do to give you a reason to spend money straight through the Lego store rather than going through a retailer, which I guess doesn't earn them as much money. But every month so far, for the last probably 3 months, maybe even 4 months, we've got at least one Double Insiders weekend. There is one going on actually right now from the 20th to the 24th. I don't know why. There's also a gift with purchase of the dragon, the New Year dragon, if you are interested in picking that up. I think it's about an £80 spend, though you'll have to check on the Lego website. Of course, that varies depending where you are as well. But there's always seeming to be a Double Insiders weekend, so definitely wait for that if you can. They tend to be at the end of the month. December's was, I think, pretty much the weekend before Christmas, and of course November we had the Black Friday sales, and we also had a Double Insiders points when there was I think it was the Amazon weekend to try and compete with Amazon, which is always nice because it means we get more money off. As well as this, Lego have a sale page which you can see on screen now, and that will have all of the, towards the end of the year, retiring sets, or throughout the year, just random deals that they have on current Lego sets. And if I were you and saw a set that I really liked, I wouldn't wait around for the next Lego release, because these tend to go quite quickly if they are a popular offer, especially if there's some real good money saved on a high-end set. Unless it's a overpriced set in the first place, usually they tend to go pretty quickly. And of course, towards the end of the year, as I said, retiring sets are usually whacked on here to try and clean out the stock for the new year or even the next wave of releases. So keep an eye on that. At the minute, there are 2 displays on there that I do have, the wintertime polar bears, and also I think the Easter one is on there. So they are just trying to get rid of stock, and the other 2 were on there before they retired. But I will be opening them up later on in the year. If you didn't want to buy it through Lego, then just make sure you're saving at least 10% on sets. If you can get 10% back through Lego, there's no real reason to buy sets elsewhere that don't get you that 10% back. So I tend to look for more of a 20 to about 35% off, because chances are you're not getting more than a third off Lego. I think 35% for the bigger sets is the most you get in. There's a few exclusions like Argos here in the UK. Sometimes you can get 2 £15 sets for £20, or even some of the cheaper £10 sets, 2 for 15. They have a load of 2 for 15, 2 for 20, and 2 for £30 sets. It's definitely worth a check. I think the Boba Mech was on that at one point, on the 2 for £20. So if you did want to pick up 2 of them, for instance, you'd be saving about a quarter of the price. So keep an eye out for offers like that. And also, there are alternatives to buying actual Lego sets and piecing out the sets instead, like on Bricklink. In fact, we have a Bricklink order here which arrived just in time for this video, so I might as well show you what I got and explain the reasoning behind it. First up, we have the stickers for my very first Lego Star Wars set that you would have seen the review on earlier this week. So I've got the other sticker to patch it. In fact, let me grab the set and show you what I mean. It's right here, and I have the same sticker from 2009. This is a 15-year-old sticker here on the left, but on the right side, I was missing it. This set goes for, well, a lot more than it did. It was a lot more than a tenner if I wanted to get that sticker. And even the piece alone with the sticker on, I think there was 1 or 2 for £3. But they do go for a bit over that. £3 for a piece is definitely more than I'd like to pay. So instead, for £2, because there were 2 on Bricklink at the time. Here in the UK, I think one was £2, one was £1. They are both now gone as of me recording this video. I think there is another one on there though. You might have to check because that might be different at the time of you watching this video. But either way, £2 for 2 stickers. The piece isn't worth, what's that, £1 each? The piece isn't worth £2. It's worth a couple of pence at that. So you could just buy this and even buy the piece to go along with it. But of course, I do have the set right here. If you are looking at buying a set on the aftermarket and perhaps you want it new, it's best to get the new stickers and then just buy a bunch of new pieces rather than trying to buy a sealed set, especially if you're not keeping the box and don't care about the experience in getting the official set. It's going to cost a lot of money. We're speaking hundreds of pounds for a lot of sets, especially when it comes to the Star Wars theme. So just buy the stickers separately. Loads of people sell them with a nice cardboard strip in them so the stickers don't fold. It's great quality, as you can see, and I will be applying this onto my Clone Walker, and it's going to look good as new. Now, another thing you can do for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and pretty much for any other Star Wars milestone, they release exclusive sets such as the Executor Super Star Destroyer you can see on screen. But if you zoom in to that bottom, right where the plaque is, you can see there's an exclusive 40th anniversary brick there, which is printed. It is a very nice brick, and that is why I had to go and order it for myself. Again, this is a new value brick. This isn't a used one. There are no markings on it. This is brand new, straight from box into plastic bag, which as you can see, it's still in. I haven't touched it, so it's more or less from the box. And this cost me £1.70. Now, the set in question was the cheapest set this come in. I think this come in 4 different sets. There was a gift with purchase of the Death Star. It also come in the Super Star Destroyer set, the SSD. And I think the Endor Speeder diorama and the Throne Room diorama, which were 2 dioramas we got celebrating the anniversary. It's a lovely brick. I will be keeping this in my collection. It's just nice to pick up, like with all the figures from the 20th anniversary, which I do actually have some parts of here. Now, the only exclusive pieces for the 20th anniversary LEGO Star Wars figures, again, I'll put them up on screen in case you don't know quite what I'm talking about, were the torsos, because on the back, they just had the 20 years sort of printed on the back of the torso. You really can't see it well in this lighting, but you probably see it if it's further away. You can see just the 20 years on there. 20 years LEGO Star Wars, which is the only exclusive part. Besides that, they are all the same as their classic minifigures, which means you can get pieces like their classic faces, hair and legs on Bricklink, second hand, used for slightly cheaper. New is still going to set you back some money because collectors will be after them. But for characters like Han Solo, for Darth Vader, they're common characters. They're not going to cost you that much. In fact, this torso cost me 81 pence. And originally I was going to buy one with a cracked arm, but I've actually got a torso in pristine edition because 81 pence really isn't that much for an exclusive piece. It only come in, I think, a 10 or 20 pound set. Same as the Vader and Lando came in a bit more of a pricier set. They're the only 3 minifigures I am missing, as I've got the Leia, I've got the Luke, and I've got the Kenobi poly bag. So I've got the torso because the seller was selling it, and really I only wanted the stickers for my set. So it's a nice bonus to get. 80p is a steal. And it's going to cost me a lot less than spending a couple of tenors on the actual minifigure when I can pick up the head, the hair and the legs from one of the older Hans in the same condition as this torso for probably a couple of pence, a couple of pound maybe, dependent on if one seller has all of the pieces. But it's a lot cheaper than buying the minifigure. So remember to part out because some pieces are just so cheap. Some of the legs used for minifigures are just plain legs. And again, even the arms and hands can be got on pretty much any other minifigure as long as they're not, of course, printed. It's only the printed pieces you're paying for, so you might as well see if anyone's just selling that piece, as you definitely get a better deal than the minifigure. And that goes with all minifigures. Sometimes you'll be ordering a part like these stickers and see another part that that person is selling, whilst it might not be the cheapest on the site, because I think this was about 20 pence more expensive. But whilst you're paying the delivery on a site like Bricklink, you might as well pick up another piece like Darth Vader's head. It's sort of in another piece I'll show you in a second, but I have got the original Darth Vader's head again for the 20th anniversary minifigure. They were selling it for £1. is a little more expensive than the cheapest, but when I'm already paying the $1.99 delivery, which honestly is an absolute steal to find on Bricklink, I'm very happy I've found someone with $1.99 delivery. I'll definitely be ordering from this shop again. But as you're already paying that delivery, this goes for Lego Store as well as wherever you're ordering any of your bricks. If you're ending up paying delivery, you might as well get something else that you're thinking of getting in the future, because it just saves spending that £2, £5 again on delivery. And if you're ordering as much as I tend to do throughout the year, it definitely adds up per order. Much like Lego, some stores do even have free delivery over a certain threshold. I think Lego's is £50, so if you're ordering a £40, £45 set, you might as well order a smaller set, £5, £10, just to take you over the threshold, because you're going to end up paying like £5 anyway. So if you're spending £45, you might as well put that £5 to Lego bricks rather than a delivery fee. You can even go over to the pick a brick section on the website, add some bricks that you might need that you could use to even expand upon the set that you've built, or maybe get an extra minifigure using the pieces there, and it just makes more sense than spending that on delivery. But whilst I was ordering on Bricklink, I saw a rock monster head, as I have lost one of mine to who knows where across the years. Again, we're going back 15 years. Who knows where it could have ended up. It probably got swept to the side or accidentally hoovered, as I wasn't too careful with my Lego bricks back in the day. Is definitely a much more care taken into them nowadays. But again, I added it to my basket. I'm already ordering. I might as well get another piece that I need. And it was, again, pretty cheap, in great condition, and I'm looking forward to adding that to my minifigure. So not only is there Bricklink, there's sites like BrickOwl. They're the two trusted ones that I know will, for the most part, be legit customers. But whatever you're used to using, even eBay have a few of the good deals. Just make sure you're not paying too much for any of these Lego sets, as people do try and flip profits quite quickly on Lego. Of course, vintage sets and vintage pieces, especially specific prints, you're definitely going to be paying more for, but take a look at sites like Firestar. Make sure you can't get the custom print for a lot cheaper. At least that's what I did with my Boba Fett arms. Instead of paying hundreds, it's probably going for a few thousand for the Boba Fett printed arms from the original Cloud City set. Buy some Firestar custom arms. I think they're about £3 per pair of arms. And don't forget to use my code that is linked in the description for a further 10% off, because you're pretty much getting free delivery if you order enough. So it is quite nice getting some money back. And Firestar is another site that gets you points. I think that is roughly on a 5% cashback scheme as well, much like Lego. And again, look out for other gift with purchases promos that Lego are running. Some sites like Smith's Entertainer will also have different make and takes going on, as well as the official Lego stores. So be sure to check them out. Make sure you're getting the best deal for your Lego. And honestly, it takes some time, but it is worth it getting that money back. So if you have that time, go on a few comparison sites. Make sure you're getting the best deal. Very is also another site here in the UK that gets some really good Lego deals, and is really not looked at enough for its Lego deals, because you don't expect it to have the best deals on Lego. You expect a toy shop to, but sometimes the best option is shopping through Lego and getting them points that save up. I now have enough points to get probably about 20-30 quid back in Lego, which I will be using come May 4th, but it adds up throughout the year, and you're getting some nice poly bags, some gift with purchases, and overall the customer service that Lego provides is just enough to make me want to shop directly through the site. So hopefully you learned something today here. Of course, we did also have the Bricklink order, so I will be applying these stickers right after I finish recording. Be sure to check out my channel if you are new here. There are 6 other videos for 15 years of Lego that are already uploaded. This is the last one this week, so drop a like if you did enjoy it, and if you enjoyed any of these videos, be sure to subscribe for more awesome Lego content to come here in 2024. And once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit of a different style to actually building something, but I find it's very useful if I share my tips and tricks when buying Lego. In fact, I feel like we've only just covered the surface, so I might make another video with preserving Lego quite soon. Stay tuned for that, and as always, may the bricks be with you.